Hey everybody, welcome to your wavy styling tutorial. Today we are doing it from wet to dry. We are not going to be using any heat today, so we're all going to be dependent on the products we use in order to get the right look. So that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so we're getting ready to start our letting your hair dry naturally tutorial. Now, I naturally have a bit of a wave, so usually I can coax it into doing something awesome if I'm just using the right product. So I've walked around, kind of had my towel soaking up the excess moisture for about 10 minutes and did my face routine, got dressed, what have you. So now we're gonna take off our towel. And yeah, my part is like that deeply ingrained. First things first, we're going to take a wet brush through our hair. Now, the reason why I like the wet brush is because it doesn't pull and it is intended to be used on wet hair. So it's not going to grab a ton of hair. It's not going to hurt you. I love it for little kids. I love it for me. I love it for everybody. It's my favorite. Next step, I am going to be using the Miracle Hair Treatment. This goes in because even though I'm not using heat, I still want all the benefits that are in this. I want it to protect my color against the sun. I want it to make my hair softer, more supple. I want the shine. I want the anti-frizz factor. There's so many factors that go into this. So I literally use it on everybody wet. So for me, my hair is especially thick, so I'm going to be using a generous amount. You might only need one squirt. Emulsify it in your hands. Start at the bottom and work your way to the roots. Like, just get in there, make sure it's everywhere. Like, that's going to be the key here. And I'm going to kind of find my part again because we're going to start getting into some scrunch territory in a second. So some people cocktail these two. I personally don't because I like to make sure I really got it everywhere. So we are using the Frizz Control Cream. This is fall now, so this is going to be the time of year where you're getting some frizz, where you're wearing wool shirts, things like that. So again, I'm not using a ton. Emulsify in the hands, start at the bottom, work your way up. Really get it in there. Don't be afraid to get messy. Because remember, we still got a scrunch. Now today, I don't really want beachy. I kind of more want a loose wave. If I wanted beachy, I would go ahead and get the sea salt spray and put some of that in there too. But I'm not today. Today, I just want some soft curl. So keep my curl cream. And again, not crazy amounts. We don't need to be going crazy with it. Emulsify it in the hands, start at the bottom, put it in. Really get it in there because like between these three products, that's going to be what gives you your texture and your longevity of style, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to wash my hair again tomorrow because my hair is really bright and I want it to stay that way. And also because it is really bright, it means that I got to shower in some cold water, which is less than desirable. Okay, so at this point, we're gonna start scrunching. Just kind of take your hand, scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Be sure to get the back even though you can't see it. Scrunch. This is my hair tucking side, so I always have a little bit of trouble with this because I like to tuck my hair behind my ears. It is a bad habit. Okay, so we're all scrunched. But now what I want to do is, because I don't want this to fall on my face, I'm going to take some small sections and I'm going to kind of wrap them around my fingers to make them go away from the face. Mostly in the top part, the sides aren't really going to fall on my face because my hair's shorter. But if you had longer sides, I would maybe do some of this around your sides too. And again, get right in there. Give it a good wrap. And then kind of like lean your head into the scrunch. And like I've directed it away from my face. So this means when it dries, it's going to dry away from my face. Okay, so now I'm just gonna leave it alone. Probably for about an hour or two, and it is going to look amazing. So we're gonna come back with the second part of the tutorial once this is dried, and I will show you kind of how to make it look a little looser, because a lot of people don't like the freshly scrunched look. They find it looks crunchy, even though these products are very soft and it won't be. So we are going to go ahead, take some time, let it dry, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're back. It's been about 2 hours. And as you can see, it's kind of dried into that scrunchy wave that I want, but like I still want to sort through it and like to give it a bit of softness. So like if you like your hair the way it is, go ahead, leave it alone. But in my case, I want to add a little bit of softness, so I'm going to go through it with a little bit of this, a little bit of that frizz-free serum. And I don't recommend touching it when it's dry unless you have a serum in your hands, because it can add frizz, especially with the weather being so dry and us all getting our furnaces and we're all wearing our cozies. So I wouldn't recommend touching it with anything other than like, you should have a serum in your hands, kind of like just to prevent that transfer of dryness. And you can still see like I like to curl it away from my face because I don't want it to go into that face. So there we go, friends. It dried in 2 hours. And that's how I do my hair on a frequent basis. If you guys want to see a blow dry tutorial, I will gladly do one. Although I tend to only blow dry it when I'm doing it straight. But I can definitely do that for you guys. So let me know, and keep in mind that this time of year you need to allow yourself the time for it to air dry, because we do not want to go out into the outdoors without dry hair. It just adds to way too much breakage, and quite frankly, this time of year is when we're experiencing a lot of breakage anyways, because between the dryness of the heat, the weather, it's fall shed, there's too many factors going in, and also like our collars from our jackets rub against our hair. So it's just best not to add one more thing to it. All right, friends, so I will see you next time. Enjoy your hair.